Today is Tuesday, the 31st of May, and it's the last day of the month, and we start a new month tomorrow. So it's nice to have all of you here, and it's nice to see Bitcoin in a 31 to 32K zone. So we're gonna start the news up with some Bitcoin. I want to speak a little bit on the technicals that Simon kind of spoke about, but we can start off with this sort of article here, which puts down the title: Bitcoin relief bounce faces resistance at 33 to 35K. So just like everyone right now has a sort of think tank of, you know, are we going back to bulls? Are we going back? Realize when we look into technical charts, when we look into these charts, right, understand that there's a resistance zones, right, at 33, at 35, and those are the zones that basically have sell orders. And how do we know about this? Because we know about the transparency of DeFi. We understand the blockchain. So you will see articles like this, but let's read a little bit here. So it goes here. Bitcoin broke above a short-term downtrend over the weekend and reclaimed the 30K price level. The cryptocurrency is experiencing a relief bounce after several weeks of oversold reading on the charts. Still, resistance at 33 and 35K could stall the upswing in price. Bitcoin was trading at 31.9K at present time and is up 4% over the past 24 hours. And the RSI is also looking to have risen from the oversold levels, and so have the 14-day RSIs. So we're looking pretty good right now on Bitcoin. And could we hit future levels? You know, time will tell. But we are hitting these special sort of sections. We have this doji here, and that's what this article kind of covers. And where do we see the resistance, right? Where do we see the resistance on Bitcoin? But that's the news on Bitcoin. I want to give you guys some really good news on Ethereum. This thing made me, because like, as I said, like as a developer, as a learner of the nodes, it's pretty awesome to see Ropsten. Ropsten is one of the testnets on Ethereum. And it seems Ropsten is basically dress rehearsaling for proof of stake. So the article here reads, Ethereum's Ropsten test network ready for merge dress rehearsal, right? So Ethereum's oldest proof of work testnet is transitioning to proof of stake, with 2 more to follow before focus shifts to mainnet. So this is the good news, guys, right? Beacon Chain, we started to talk about Beacon Chain a little bit a few weeks ago. And now we since the testnet's been up for layer 2, we're finally seeing these testnets sort of take a transition. So it reads here, Ropsten will be Ethereum's first public test network to transition from proof of work, right, to proof of stake. Proof of work right now is, if you're new to crypto, proof of work is the process of miners and hardware forking, and a lot of, you can say, server and RAM speed used to like find the next node on the blockchain. This is why we have current gas fee issues when we have congestion. So that's the transition that we're going through. So we're moving from proof of work to from miners, right? It's miners to voters on proof of stake. So soon enough you'll be able to stake your ETH. So yeah, so consensus mechanism as part of the blockchain merge event expected August this year. Ethereum core developer Team Beko shared the news on Twitter last night. Ethereum's long-lived proof of work testnet is moving to proof of stake. A new beacon chain has been launched today. So yeah, it's looking really, really positive. And I think this is the reason why, I mean, we've had the upturn on BTC for sure. But I think this is the reason why we're seeing a $2,000 Bitcoin. I think seeing the Ropsten testnet is a really positive move. And could Ethereum from here look to recover? Could it go back to the 2,400, 2,500, 2,700 regions? We will find out. But till then, keep up with this good news. So Team Beko is one of the main developers on Ethereum right now. And yeah, this is the blog that he sort of put out. And I'm just gonna pass this to you guys in the live chat so you guys can read about this and share it with your friends and family. Share it with the good ones. So that's the news on Ropsten merge. As a developer in the making, I'm pretty excited to see Ropsten merge into proof of stake. So that's really positive news. So that's the news on our Bitcoin, right? Let's continue. The next thing I want to tell you about is the next big thing that we're going to see after NFTs. It's sort of Ethereum Domains. We talked about this in the past, but we're going to see much more of these kind of news, where big domain names, DNSs, will be bought for a big bag. So Nike, Reflect buys .swoosh Ethereum domain name for $35,000. Web3 brands RTFKT now owns 10 Ethereum name service domains. So this is the whole thing. Domains are going to make the Ethereum network much more user friendly. Because currently, if for example Simon wants to send me some Ethereum, he has to put my whole Ethereum address in, right? He has to put that whole address in for me, and if he makes one mistake of a number or a character, then it could be lost in the Ethereum abyss. So having a domain name, having an Ethereum domain name, will make it easier for Simon to send, or I can give him a sort of conchu.eth and he can send it right there straight as an address. So yeah, so we're gonna hear much more about this, about things like .swoosh being sort of taken over. So let's read a little bit about this, because this is big news. This is Nike buying up the domains. So Nike exact reason for the .swoosh purchase on Friday remains unclear. But as some have pointed out on Twitter, Nike may have plans to use the domain for using ENS subdomains in the future. ENS subdomains are controlled by the main domain's name holders. For example, Nike could allow holders of specific NFTs or other assets the ability to register an ENS subdomain under .swoosh.eth. So this is getting a bit more technical, but realize this is where the new market's going. We're going to be having Ethereum domain names, subdomains, all up for grabs. So that's the big news, right? This is positive news for Ethereum mainnet and the domains. So that's the news on Nike. Let's continue getting the sauce. The next thing I want to start to look into is PayPal Ventures. Because they are investing quite highly into crypto in the back end, right? They've been getting into a lot of seed rounds, and Aptos Labs was the first one to go public with it. So the article here reveals Aptos revealed as PayPal Ventures' first layer 1 investment. So Aptos is the first thing that PayPal has invested $200 million into, right? So let's read this. Aptos announced a $200 million funding round in March and has now revealed that the venture arm of the payment giant was amongst the backers. So yeah, Aptos Labs, a team that brings Facebook star-crossed DM blockchain to life, told CoinDesk that PayPal Ventures was one of the investors in a $200 million funding round confirmed in March. The investment was PayPal Ventures' first in a base layer project. So this was a quote straight from them. We believe in the work that Aptos Labs team is doing to build a safe and scalable layer 1 blockchain, PayPal Ventures. Partner Aman Basin said in a statement. With the promise of improved reliability and security, faster transactions, and a lower fees, Aptos blockchain is designed in a way that makes it both conducive to building new rails and compelling to corporate clients and crypto native developers, right? So this is, you can say, PayPal's first sort of venture into blockchain. So you can tell your friends and family about this one, because I think this is big. I think PayPal and Peter Thiel himself have a lot of money to invest into DeFi, and thus far Peter Thiel's been very bullish about Bitcoin. He's been at the Bitcoin conference talking big, and hopefully the whole PayPal team sort of follows through with its many things. So yeah, $200 million filled up by PayPal Ventures. Big news. The next thing I want to cover is the United Nations, right? Because we just had the World Economic Forum that took place in Davos last week, and there's been a lot of crypto sort of related funds there. A lot of people from the crypto family have been there and have been sort of introducing and sort of like explaining what crypto is to the head of body state, the United Nations. But this is sort of reports coming out from like the UN right now. So this was an hour ago, right? So it reads here, so UN agency head sees massive opportunities in crypto in the World Economic Forum 2022. So this was a quote from the director of UNICC. It says, "Crypto is just another technology. It's a matter of how it is being used. It can be used for good or for bad. From where we sit, we see massive opportunities." Right? So yeah, so they are embracing crypto. So a former traditional financial executive and head of unis since 2018, Chauhan has seen the rise and fall of cryptocurrency markets. He shared the group, such as the Bank for International Settlements, BIS, do not want to miss this boat when it comes. Yeah, do not miss this boat, guys. So what does Chauhan say here? So his quote is, "It's a tool. You could use it for good, or you could use it for profiting, which is not bad. In the future, crypto will be a very strong component of how the world interacts and how they transact, making it a more level playing field." So yeah, guys, that's from the director of the United Nations. He has endorsed cryptocurrencies with those quotes. So he sees it as a tool in future for strong components, and I'm sure he sees the Legos put together when it comes to the main nets and the central banks, right? So that's positive news. It came from the United Nations just an hour ago. So that's the news on World Economic Forum. Let's continue. We've had some nice updates from Binance this week. So the updates are that they have released their year-long technical roadmap to develop ecosystems. So Binance, right? CZ and Binance are pretty positive around crypto and have been supporting many projects, especially things like Axie Infinity when it went through its hack. Currently, they're helping Dokwan and the Terra Luna gang with bringing back its version 2. So yeah, so the article here reads, BNB Chain releases year-long technical roadmap to develop the ecosystem. The major areas of focus surrounding increasing validator decentralization, developing capabilities for governance via BNB token, and deploying a number of Binance Chain evolution proposals. This is really positive news, guys. So it reads here, BNB Chain has announced the launch of a technical roadmap designed with the intentions to enhance the network's decentralized structure, infrastructure capacity for sidechains, and potential for developer-built decentralized applications, dApps, right, to improve performance and efficiency. So yeah, I think what's happening here is CZ's not happy with the way Binance currently looks in sort of the pump and dump region, right? He wants Binance to look much more BNB Chain, especially. I mean, BSC Chain was changed to BNB Chain as a rebrand to give a more intrinsic utility look. So this is his quote here. So he reads out, blockchains can do many things. The first applications focus on DeFi, but I think BNB Chain is much bigger than Binance.com. The community decides its future. I think in the future, everybody will interact with blockchain without even knowing. Whether it's money, banking, etc. CZ's future on blockchain. So yeah, so he is a positive proponent in DeFi, and he's given his blessings. So we're gonna see a lot more development as we see the roadmap persevere with BNB Chain. That's pretty cool. Really big news. That's why DeFi is pumping the way it is right now. There's been real adoption, right? So we have 3 more news for you guys, and then we can sort of conclude and have a discussion. But I hope this is giving you guys a bit of insights on the adoption phase, on what's happening with Ethereum, with BTC. Now let's talk about banking a little bit. So it reads here, top 30 Panama Bank is Bitcoin friendly, welcomes crypto services. Panamanian bank, Tower Bank, opens its door to Bitcoin and crypto customers in a series of tweets and memes. Right? So let's read a little bit about here. So Panama's path to crypto adoption is stepping up a gear. Tower Bank, a Panamanian financial institution with over 200 employees and 40 years of banking experience, has declared itself Bitcoin friendly, paving the way for crypto accounts. In a series of tweets and leaks from a blockchain meetup in Panama's capital, Panama City's, the Panama Bank is opening the floodgate to the crypto community during the blockchain meetup hosted by the Chamber of Digital Commerce and Blockchain of Panama on Thursday. Representatives from Tower Bank invited crypto enthusiasts to open accounts at the bank. So yeah, so now you can open an account with this amazing bank as a local of Panama and be able to have Bitcoin on your bank statement. So this is only good news. This is pretty cool. And yeah, so Tower Bank Twitter page has been pretty active, as it says, right? So Tower Bank has been pretty revolution around, what is it? Hola comunidad, right? Hello community. Hello crypto community, huh? Looking really, really positive. So yeah, so yeah, Tower Bank has adopted Bitcoin. And I want to see how much more goes on in Panama, because a lot of funding, a lot of financing in South America happens in Panama. So it'll be pretty cool to see that people from America and Puerto Rico and Costa Rica can use interchanges like Tower Bank to buy more Bitcoin. So this is positive news, more adoption news. Let's continue, guys. Let's continue. So this was a really sort of like Jordan Finisset from Cointelegraph wrote this article, and this kind of made sense to me, because when I sort of try to bring DeFi to like a friend or family folk that's never been in DeFi, I find it really hard to explain. I'll be really honest to you. When I tell them about wallets to market cap to charts to technicals, by the third suggestion they've basically tell me they've lost me. So DeFi does have a few critical issues that it needs to solve, right? So it reads here, DeFi isn't dead, it just needs to fix 3 critical problems. So what are these critical problems, right? The first problem is its usability, right? So it reads here, to date, the promise of open and uncensored access to a global decentralized financial system has been largely hampered by the complicated interface, confusing multi-step staking processes, and a lack of clarity surrounding the yields on various tokens. And this is true. I've had this issue where a lot of folks want a ranking system when it comes to yield farming, or when it comes to providing liquidity into these liquidity pools or staking. Like, people want a better ranking system, and I think we have that in centralized finance. We have that in the tech sort of 100 companies, and simplicity is important there. We need an improved usability focus, right? So here's a tweet from Seaside that says, simplicity. DeFi is too complicated for the normal person, and they don't care about chain, token, and projects. Need a Vanguard type of index fund that gives sensible returns and safe from with fiat on ramp. So yeah, an index, a crypto index, could be something that can be prioritized. Security is another thing that we need to see in DeFi improve, because right now I think last month I had 2 of my close friends go through hacks of their wallets just by installing an extension up here in Google, right? Like, been spammed by something saying you've won 10 Ethereums, and they should be able to, stop that sort of layer to happen. If they click that link and that installs an extension, there should be security within that to stop that from happening. right? So it reads here, the DeFi sector is often referred to as the Wild West because anyone can launch a project with flashy promises only to pull the strings on naive investors and leave them with a worthless token. Yeah, this happens a lot, guys. Rug pulls, right? And now we have the bridge hacks, like Axie Infinity and others. So we do need better security. Regulation is another thing that we need to see happen. I mean, most people don't want regulation, and I understand it, but I think as we get into like these hacks, the way we see the negative response to cryptocurrencies, it's because there's no regulation around it. And here's this tweet reads, so it speaks my mind here. So it goes, I mean, without regulation, no Wall Street or smart money will come in, and DeFi would die because of everyone getting rugged. If we want DeFi to grow, it needs clarity. So yeah, if you want Wall Street money, which we all want, we want the hundreds of trillions of dollars to enter DeFi. So if that's to enter, they want better regulation. They don't just want to have ETFs to trade. They want to be able to buy these dips. They should be able to buy all these ecosystems and mainnets around Ethereum, Solana, and stuff. So I think, yeah, security is a big proponent. Regulation is another one. So we'll see how this sort of produces. So these are the three main aspects that this article. So I think this is really important. I think I'm gonna share this article with you guys in the live chat. But I hope you guys are understanding a bit of knowledge there, you know, because it's important to know these things. Because people that you basically bring this into, they're going to have this issue. They're not going to be able to explain DeFi in a more simplistic fashion. So we need these things to fix up. And these things take time, just like everything. Everything takes time, especially a new environment like blockchain. So that's the news on DeFi. The last thing I wanna, because I'm a fan of fashion, guys. When Gucci entered the sandbox, I was hyped. When basically Louis Vuitton entered the scene, I was hyped. When Luxo came out as a token, I was hyped, right? So Luxo, if we know, is a blockchain infrastructure for the fashion brands, for the big, you can say Nikes and Gucci's and many of things. If you see their advisories here, so now we have Prada that started as NFT collection. So let's read about this a little bit. So it goes here. Prada joining top luxury brands in Web3 with Ethereum NFTs. Right, so it's released. So Prada it's releasing 100 NFTs to go along with its Cassius Hearst time capsule apparels drop. Amazing, guys. So it's a luxury brand like Gucci, Balmain, Balenciaga are getting into all things crypto, and Prada is joining the crowd with the release of its own NFTs. So Prada will be launching 100 Ethereum NFTs this Thursday to go along with its latest time capsule apparel release. NFTs are unique blockchain tokens that signify ownerships of an asset. So yeah, they're looking to bring these physical shirts into the NFT faction. Maybe this is something that we should look into, guys, this week. So the Hearst family is no stranger to NFTs. Damon's first collection of the currency minted for 5.2 ETH, so a $9,000 shirt. That's what the Prada time capsules are going to look like. I'm pretty hyped for this one. So the Aura blockchain consortium is behind Prada's latest NFT drops. Aura is a non-profit founded by WVMH, Prada, and Cortor. It uses Quorum, an Ethereum-based blockchain platform that offers blockchain as service, consensus rollups, and other blockchain products. Awesome. So Prada's time capsule drop started back in 2019 as a way for the brand to launch limited edition items. Buyers of previous time capsule drops will also receive NFTs at a later date, according to the statement. So it's looking pretty awesome. So yeah, Prada will be throwing up its timepiece of time capsules up this Thursday. So that's the news on Prada entering the Web3 ecosystem. So that's the news, guys. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys are enjoying the rebrand that's happening in the background. I hope this push towards a $2,000 Ethereum, a 32K Bitcoin is showing a good move. Now we're seeing a little wick. Normally when we see these little dojis, a full candle doji, we normally see up horizons from a technical point of view. So let's see if we fill this gap now up to 38K. I'm looking bullish, but if it stays sideways, it stays sideways and we leverage trade that. We gain on both sides, guys. If this thing buys or sells, we should be able to leverage these moves. But yeah, guys, that's the fundamentals for me. Thank you so much. Thank you for the attendance. This is Konshu out. Lightspeed.